So about a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. At the time, we were both working just crazy lives, and I just knew we needed to change things up. I just felt like life was getting away from us and we needed to make a change.
It was too much time in the same place. I realized that the world is huge and I haven't seen very much of it, and she hasn't seen very much of it. So we figured, what better way to see the world and have more opportunity to see our kids and our grandkids, which are spread out over a bunch of states, than to jump in an RV and see the world. And it's been pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And we sold our house in March, and it's been almost 8 months now, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's amazing how little we've lived on. We are Trevor and Leila Jones, and we are traveling with our daughter, Kaylin.
We've got a 38-foot toy hauler. It's a Forest River Thunderbolt XLR 340 AMP toy hauler. We bought it totally vandalized, and her name is Abby Maybe.
Welcome to Abby Maybe, and I'm so glad to have you inside today. This is our kitchen, and it's a very small kitchen, but we've been able to make it very functional. Like we said, we bought this as a vandalized RV, and one of my things was if it was supposed to go into an RV, I didn't want it inside an RV. So I researched a lot of things and made sure that we could use things. This is one of my favorite features that we did in here, and that is the penny tile, and this is real tile. Everybody always asks me, and it is real tile, and I used vinyl grout in here. And the reason I used vinyl was because an RV moves and we are on the go all the time. Most of the time you have these tiny little sinks, and I knew that we were going to be living in here full time and that we needed to be able to, there's no dishwasher, me or Kaylin. I don't think Trevor ever does dishes, but I wanted to make sure that we had enough room that we could prep food and have a really good, and one of the things I wanted to was a sprayer. So that was one of those things. And I wanted butcher block counters. And everyone fought me on the butcher block counters, saying, you can't put those in, they're too heavy for an RV. It's okay, they work anyway. One of the other things in this RV too was we bought this, it was vandalized, so most of the cabinet doors were broken up here. They were like, oh, we have to repair them. Nonsense. We took the doors off, and we actually use the organizing system that we have in here. We have tons of space, way more usable space by taking the door and keeping the doors off of here. You can kind of see from here, everything is organized and labeled. And okay, wait, not this one. That one doesn't look so good. I shoved a few things in here today, but it is still really organized. And it is just literally, everything is labeled, everything's in the right containers. And we have plenty of space. I am not wanting it all for any space at all in here. One of the other things, and I would 100% do this over again, is we did a full-size refrigerator. We didn't want a small little RV refrigerator. Because of it's a residential fridge, we do have solar, which we installed on here. We can keep it going the entire time by solar. Even when we're not plugged in, when we're traveling, we have the inverter and it's dialed in. This is a 3-burner propane stove. I use the stove top. I must confess that I've used this oven twice, and most of the time the oven is just more storage. The microwave. This is not just a microwave, it's also a convection oven as well, and so glad that we have it. We actually use the microwave all the time. Probably the best feature that we have in here. I must confess, I have not mastered the convection oven yet. So I want to watch some YouTube channels. So if you know YouTube channels for that, let me know.
On this side, we have our entertainment center and our information center, kind of. Now, as we've said, this thing was completely hammered and vandalized. It was all brown, so we painted everything white. But the technology is the stuff that I'm excited about. So let me just start here. Up here, we have a Peplink Pepwave Max Transit Duo router for our internet. And that thing, I mean, they're a little bit expensive, but I plug an AT&T card in there and we have unlimited internet pretty much everywhere we are. We've got an antenna on the roof. It's nice having that wired. We have it wired actually with 120 and with, it's hooked up over here 12 volts, so it's always on no matter what's going on. We also have an Amazon Alexa. We've got an Apple TV. We stuck a big heavy mount up there to put this TV up here, so you know we can stream TV pretty much wherever we are, whether we're plugged in or not. This is one of my favorite things in here. This little fireplace hearth thing. This was like that ugly brown, you know, RVs. They make them pretty crappy, man. They put, you know, particle board or whatever that kind of wood is with paper over it. And so what we did is we found a guy, we actually went to a Harvest Host and stayed there, and the guy happened to be a craftsman, and he made us this and some other things we'll show you in a minute, but he made us this really cool thing out of barn wood. So this is, we love this. And we have a electric fireplace that is kind of great. This will heat us up, and for this we actually need to be plugged in or have the generator on, but it works great and it looks pretty. In fact, we should have it on. There it is. Look how pretty that is, right? Who's got a fireplace? And let's see, over here we have the more stuff that's kind of cool, and we realized very quickly that the generator is loud and the built-in lead batteries are cruddy and don't power much of anything. So what we did is we put 5 solar panels on the roof with them. I helped my brother. We got a 3500 watt inverter. We got this Renogy monitor right here so we can see what's going on. And now we can run just about everything. Anything that doesn't really require like heat or cooling, like the air conditioning, we can run off of the inverter. And I run like 3 monitors. I have a computer with 2 other monitors, so I got 3 total monitors running. So I can edit all day long, have the fridge running all day long, people plugged into everything, and we can run everything in, and usually make it through the night just on 2 batteries. And the key with these 2 batteries is they're lithium-ion batteries, which are the ones you really want for an RV. There used to be cabinet doors over here, but they were busted up, so we took the doors off and we put LVP, luxury vinyl planks, back here, which we've actually used to trim a lot of the RV you'll see in different areas. We ripped off all of that ugly Las Vegas looking stuff and put this in here, and it works out great. It's solid. It's kind of heavy, but it's a toy hauler and it can handle it. I got a dually.
Welcome to our living room, and I knew that I needed this to be a really luxurious space and not feel like an RV. This is a real couch. We purchased this. We knew we wanted something that was super comfortable, and I knew I wanted something that was decorative. So we have the pillows and everything that's decorative and real furniture. The other thing about this is it's got a multi-function because we have our daughter that lives with us as well. So underneath here, she doesn't have a closet in her space. This is her storage for all of her closets and her space. And I find myself, we all fight over this space. It's probably after a long day, that's where we all kind of want to gravitate, is right over there.
Welcome to Kaylin's Loft. We have a 29-year-old daughter with special needs that lives with us full-time, and this is her space, and she's totally content up there. When we first got this thing, it was all brown and ugly, so we painted it all white. We put another pad up there so it was more comfortable for her, and we had it professionally organized up there, so she has storage bins up there, and she digs it. If we didn't make her come down, she could stay up there all day long. We put LVP, luxury vinyl planks, throughout this area and the bedroom and the bathroom, and it just looks super nice, and it stays way nicer, and it doesn't get all gross like the carpet did. While we're talking about LVP, this also was the really ugly trim that you see in molding, that fake wood stuff. And we ripped all of that stuff down and we put up LVP here. And this was really hard because we had to 45s here and make it all fit exactly. But we had a friend, Lisa, helped us do that. And I think it came out really great.
These are the stairs going up. These had carpet on them. Obviously, we took that off, upgraded that, and carrying the theme of the polka dot penny tile, we added that there. So come on up and let's see. This is how the inspiration kind of started. I found the wallpaper for the bathroom. It just made me happy. So this is how we kind of started going on the polka dot theme, and that we carried it throughout. Again, the penny tile we carried through here. One of the great things that we did, Trevor talked about that a few minutes ago, was adding hooks. Just simple hooks. We use Turkish towels, and the reason we use Turkish towels in here is because they're thin, they don't take up a lot of space for washing and drying, and they dry super fast. We have 92 gallons of water storage, and I actually shower every single day. Now, I must admit, some of my showers have been less than a minute, and I've timed it because we know that we can go about 4 days on 92 gallons fully that's with 3 of us, 2 dogs, and doing dishes, and all of us showering. So we have everything down here is all organized. If our daughter can do it and keep it up, anybody can do it and keep it up. So everything is just labeled, you know, our overflow, our first aid, everything. So when you take something out, you know exactly where it goes in. I don't know what Trevor's side looks like. Oh, he did his well. See, this is like sight unseen that I didn't even know, but literally keeping everything contained has been so key, living in an RV and having everything in small little containers and just knowing that they fit in this space. And then when you're driving, when we're traveling, before we had this, I mean, literally everything was, we'd open the cabinet, everything was just flying every which way in the shelf. I knew that living tiny, I wanted to still feel like I was waking up every day in a home that I absolutely loved. So that was my big thing in creating our master bedroom. And I love our master bedroom. I literally wake up every day in my home. Sometimes I don't even know where I am because we travel quite a bit, but I love waking up in something that just feels luxurious and is home. Again, the design in here, we made it, we nod to the polka dots. We've bright white, we repainted everything. This slides out, so this is our closet, and that's all the space we have is our closet and 1 drawer. And again, you know, we keep everything really super organized. We have baskets up here that we've used and keep everything organized. We use the space underneath our bed as an organizational space, and then our whole bed lifts up and there's space underneath there. This is a queen size bed. It's a real queen. It's not anything special. It's just a regular queen size bed. It had an awful mattress on it. We slept on it for about, I don't know, probably 2 months, and I finally said, Trevor, done. And this is just a inexpensive mattress that we purchased off of Amazon, probably 150 bucks.
Welcome to my office. We looked at a bunch of different options for tiny living full-time. It wasn't working. Then we looked at toy haulers, like, wait, we can make an office in the back of a toy hauler. So we ended up getting this vandalized toy hauler and turning this part into my office. And it used to have 2 of those ugly vinyl couches here that go up and down and fold into a bed, and it's got a bed up here above us, which we use for storage, but we ripped these 2 couches out. I just put this desk thing here from IKEA mounted on the brackets. I literally have a standing desk if I want, a desk that goes up and down that I can adjust, and I put my 3 monitors here, and with our inverter, I can keep this running, you know, all day long and work into the night, no problem. And one of my favorite things here is this piece of furniture here. We had this made by the same guy that made the thing by my bed and the fireplace mantle. It was actually at a Harvest Host, a place called Heinz Pine Mill House, and a guy named Mason made this custom for us. We went there and stayed on our way to one location. 12 days later we came back and he had this thing custom built for me. I use this for a background when I make videos, and it works out really great because it has these lights built out into it, so we love it. And we have good storage in here, also organized. Actually, it's usually a little more organized. I think we threw things in there because you were coming, but but it stays pretty organized. So we love this. The other thing that happened recently is I had to do laundry once, and I had to go to laundromat and give a crack addict a jump start, and I'm like, wow, laundromats kind of suck. So we finally splurged and got the stackable Splendide washer and dryer. And we looked a lot at these because they make combo washer dryers that will wash and dry your clothes. But after doing a bunch of research, these are the ones. Splendide, washer on the bottom, dryer on the top. We have little feet, so it's mounted to the floor in the front and mounted here. And I just have this little extra wire here because it's not really to prevent it from tipping this way. And so far, they've been great. The only catch is we can only use the washer when we're hooked up to sewer. But beyond that, these have been fantastic. About 3.5 years ago, I was laid off from my job as an editor in Hollywood. I was working on marketing for Disney and Marvel movies, and I was kind of done working for somebody else at that point, so I joined her full-time in real estate. We became real estate agents in Southern California. She's the brains of the real estate, and I came in and I brought the video thing, so we grew that business. And that evolved into me creating a YouTube channel where I teach realtors to create videos that are better, and that's at Trevor Jones Creators. Just On YouTube, it's Trevor Jones Creator. So I have that YouTube channel which I run, and I have a course where I teach realtors to create better videos. So that's one way we support ourselves. Since being on the road, we've actually done several transactions in Southern California. We have an agent in Southern California if we need stuff in person, but with this whole world evolving drastically, digitally, we can do 95% of real estate remotely. The one thing that I would really like to inspire people to do is to not wait. You got to start living now. The world is full. There is unlimited things to learn and do and people to meet, and trying to put it off till you retire. So, wait till I'm 75 and retire. Like, dude, when you're 75, you probably won't want to be traveling the world while you're still young. And I don't care if you're like 25 or if you're 50, get out there and see the world. If there's something you're putting off, just do it now. There is a way to make it happen. Yes, it'll be scary. Yes, it might take some sacrifice, but dude, life is too short to wait to do the things you want to do. One of the best things in life is meeting people, experiences. Experiences are invaluable. I used to think my mindset was, oh, if I had extra money, let's buy another computer or camera or fun. It's like, no, experiences are worth so much more than stuff, because stuff, it's going to get old, it's going to rot, it's going to break, but those experiences, you hang on to those forever, and those relationships that you make forever. So there is no better way to meet people from all different walks of life than going tiny and living full-time on the road.
I'm just going to live. I'm going to keep living, and I want to be there for my family and my grandchildren and everything else. And life is too short, and it's chances and taking chances. And I would have felt the same way, cancer or not. I just say, just go out, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And yeah, it's scary sometimes that, oh, you're so lucky. There is no luck involved. We made the choice.
We started a YouTube channel called Life Untethered, L-Y-F-E, Untethered, because we untethered from our home in Southern California, and now we're seeing the world. Thanks for visiting our home. We hope it's inspired you to take some risks and try those things that you've been putting off.